capitalism, communism, socialism, so many isms. Everybody is talking about isms, and people are talking about this ism is better than that ism, and that ism is better than this ism, and there is always fight and war and conflict and victory, defeat, all those things. We have seen all these things in the past. In reality, every ism is good. Every ism is good until there is characterism. Until there is characterism, every ism is good.
As a nationalist, many of you think in nationalism is something which every country is proud of. You should be a nationalist. So, when you talk about nationalist, there is nationalist at the time of independence and post-nationalist. A nationalist beginning after independence. During independence, most of them fought for freedom of the country, and they were known as nationalists, like Mahatma Gandhi, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Gokhale, Azad. All these people fought for the freedom of the country, and in struggle for the freedom, they became nationalists. But behind that, they had a vision for India. What could be the future possibilities? So we have got one of the best constitution also written in the world. So Kalam was a nationalist of different kind. He was not a freedom fighter. Maybe, I don't know, he was not involved much at that time. But he was intensely interested in country's development. His nationalism was mostly based on the people of India, like Mahatma Gandhi. I find a lot of similarities Gandhi and Abdul Kalam. Both were simplistic people you could find. Gandhi never wore a shirt, you know that. Without a shirt, we can't think of going to a program like this without a suit. No? He went to UK, their parliament, without even a shirt. And nobody said, wear a shirt and come. That much of power he had. Very simple. So also APJ Abdul Kalam, another man, was so simple in his life. When I met him in Rashtrapati Bhavan, all big things of Rashtrapati Bhavan was there, but we could see his simplicity in every approach.
People talk principles to come to power. Once they come to power, they compromise on the principles. Which should succeed, which should fail, we cannot define. What we can say is characterism should come in every field. Give everybody their due and give respect where respect is due.
Myself and my wife was there, greeted well and said, you are a doctor, and asked whether you are a doctor to my wife. No, I am a housewife. That is the best profession for a lady, though he is not married. So I advised my wife to be a good housewife first before he became anything else in life. So all this kind of simplicity was seen in him, and he very religiously in his own understanding followed Gandhiji as a part of his nationalist spirit.
Dr. C.P. Habeeb, a renowned doctor and management expert. He is the chairman of Unity Healthcare. And he had a discussion with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam in which they shared views regarding a developed India.
I am one of the few individuals who had a chance to meet him personally in Rashtrapati Bhavan. And as you all know well, he is a motivator of students, mostly youngsters, youth. Subsequently, I have seen him so many books written, and I found a certain amount of personality in him. So, what kind of personality was Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, especially for the students, because he could be called, we have got fathers. One is our genuine fathers of whom we are born, parents' father. Then you have got a father in the colleges, I don't know, no? Just like your sister here, there are fathers also there. In our early days of schooling, we had fathers of different fathers who educated us. Then we have a father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, is called the father of the nation. Then there are some individuals like in the management and other areas where they call father of motivation. Wayne Dyer, if you have heard of him, father of motivation. Now, Abdul Kalam can be called a bachelor father for the students because it's one of the main area of youth and students. He wants to motivate them, make them better for their future. And that was his prime or what you call the lasting intention he had in his later years of life. When I look at his personality, we could analyze in different form. He was a scientist, basically. Then he was also a nationalist, a true nationalist. Then he was also a humanist, humanitarian. And all his approach to life, fellow beings are always in his mind.
One of the premium guests we are introducing in Human Library is Dr. C.P. Habeeb Rahman. Dr. C.P. Habeeb Rahman is a thought leader. Given a topic, Dr. C.P. Habeeb Rahman will explore all dimensions of it. You can engage with him hours together on intellectual topics. There are certain fundamental areas which the world is having no solutions, where he got answers which we can ponder on.
India is a country, as I said in the beginning, of thousands-year-old civilization with a lot of religious values, traditions, culture, plural faith of different religions put together in a congregation and understood in a plural but united personality for something good for humanity. That is the real foundation of our Indian values. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, he chose the Prime Minister who was an agnostic or atheist, as you know well. He was not a believer in God. But he accepted any religion, whatever your faith you have, you can have it. Open-mindedness, a part of Indian traditions there. So he accepted. But Gandhi was a spiritual man. He believed in God. He believed in the values of every religion. He studied all scriptures. And that was the strength of his personality.
So Dr. Habeeb Rahman focused on 2 points. One is character, the other one is competence. These two things are most important today.
He was very much moved with Gandhiji's writings, Gandhiji's approach to life, Gandhiji's fighting for freedom, and above all, Gandhiji's non-violence in the midst of violence taking around. So when he got the freedom, India won, we were rejoicing there. He writes in one of his books, he writes that Gandhiji was fasting in Calcutta, where the people in Delhi was celebrating the independence. He was fasting for the tragedy of happening, what is called the partition of India and Pakistan, which I always call the failed leadership or people of elders. The partition has given wounds, I call it a political earthquake, and of failed leadership. And even today also we are not recovered from that aftermath of this earthquake. And still tension, majority of our resources, our energy is wasted on this partition. APJ Abdul Kalam was written so many books which you must have read. But one book, the book which he gave to me, which is Guiding Souls, question and answers. And this is very interesting. This is the spiritual journey of his life, which is not known. Of course, he told me also, this is the personal early days of his life. So his father used to go early morning prayers to the mosque, the temple priest to go to the temple, and both of them, they were very close friends. Their first meeting in the morning was a tea shop there, where they have the tea and exchange their human values, because both were priests. So that spirit of his understanding each other was also a part of his personality, because he was very much concerned with so many Swamijis we could see there. That particular meeting with Swamijis and other things has evolved out of his early interaction with his father and other people there. As I said earlier, Mahatma Gandhi, they have something in common of the country, not as country of geographical entity, all that Pakistan separate, India separate. No, the people who are within the country, who are living together. Both have the same feeling and vision for them. And mainly the poor people who are living in the villages, 750 million people are in the villages now in India. They have very poor amenities. So he says, my journey of liberation from suffering and limitation is inconclusive. There is agony, uneasiness. People in villages are suffering avoidable hardships. Urban slums are full of adversities amidst the affluence of our development. There is violence, hatred among many people. My people will eventually get connected to their Indian essence, which is grace, dignity, and compassion. Such connection will help them sail through the difference of life and the adversities of their times. Finally, they live any life that fits their circumstance in harmony and peace.
You can participate in the human library from wherever in the world. You can become part of it in whichever capacity you want to become. You can produce episodes for human library. You can distribute episodes for human library, and you can create activities based on human library initiatives. There are several leadership initiatives we are taking under human library. Lot of dimensions are given for human library. We call it big screen human library. We are taking media to the big screen, watching high resolution, good resolution. The episodes are properly done. These episodes are for the insiders who are participating in this initiative, campaign for good governance, campaign for wealth creation. All these are the aim of human library, big screen human library initiative from Global TV. Give a missed call and become part of human library.